Collective. Happy Sunday. Hope you're doing well today. Welcome into the channel. My name is Deborah, owner of Purusha Holistic Wellness, and this is another episode of Purusha Intuitive. We're starting a new little theme, or I am, on the channel on Sundays, and this is going to be our quote-unquote magic of life reading. So we all go through hardship. We're kind of exploring a lot of those difficulties, those obstacles in our pursuits on this channel, and I really want to focus on the good as well, right? Like where we can find those little nuggets of magic in life that can really help enliven us, that can really help guide us and direct us on the things that we're trying to call in, the things we're trying to manifest in our life. So we'll look at these via the tarot, astrology, and any channeled messages that come through. Let's get into it. We're in the midst of Taurus season. It's been a lot. It's been pretty heavy. There's been a heightened water and fire element in the collective, or in the astrology, in the collective, same thing, same diff, but it's been a lot. I was really contemplating this value on how fire and water play off of each other. It can be very inspiring. It can be very enlivening. It can be very, creative and harness a lot of potential, but it can also be incredibly or extremely destructive at the same time. And as much as we've been facing a lot of change, that's just what it is. There's a lot going on. There's a lot that's bringing up a lot of stuff for us, a lot that's resurfacing, a lot that's being triggered. We're seeing people, situations come in to kind of not only confirm that, but play those situations out for us. And not everything is bad. There's always silver linings. There's always learning experiences, learning lessons that we need to go through for sure. But this is also about, like I said, finding those nuggets of beauty, those things that we don't necessarily see because we can be so entrenched in the drama or in, whatever is happening in our life. So, as I mentioned, this is going to focus more on where we can enliven that magic in our day-to-day living, especially considering what we're going through, the difficulty, the pain, the hardship, how we can find spaces that we can come out of that a little bit more, be more present in our daily living, and just be thankful, grateful, feel fulfilled and abundant for the things that are in our life, right? So that's why I like to start these readings off with an energy cleansing, set the tone, set the vibe for the reading, cleanse out any blocks, obstacles that we might be coming into. It's a great time to set your own intention for the reading as well, especially if you've come in with something on your heart, on your mind, something you would like Spirit to deliver messages to you around. Definitely give that over. Be open to receive. It's a great way to personalize these collective readings. And I also do personal readings. I offer a variety of healing and wellness services. Readings are one of them. If you want me to look at your specific situation, how it's faring, where it's headed, that type of vibe, or if you're just interested in more of a realignment of self, I do energy healing as well as Ayurvedic or holistic wellness consultations. When we're grounded in self, when we know who we are, what we want, how we feel, it's way easier to manifest happiness and fulfillment, right? That's where we thrive. That's where we manifest abundance, is when we're right in self, in alignment with self. So I would love to help support in whatever way possible. Definitely hit me up. All that info to get into contact with me is in the description box below. All right, let's get into it. I bless you with pure love and light, pure source energy, pure loving grace. I release anything that is not for your highest and best. Any fears, doubts, insecurities, lack of worth, lack of value, pain, anger, frustration, overwhelm. Cleanse it and release it from our being. So we can see and understand the messages clearly and help to make me a clear and open channel for the collective. Thank you, Father God, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels, Mama Love. All right. Let's get magical, collective. Let's get into it. There is always magic, you know, and honestly, I feel like for me personally, I'm just going to insert a little personal note. Take it, leave it. You don't have to, but I've been through some really, really, really hard shit over the past 3 years, and finding these little pieces of silver lining, or where there is love, where there is support, where you can embrace beauty in life, is actually like such a gift, such a blessing, right? We don't often slow down to see these things, especially in modern day. We're so overstimulated. There's so many things that, you know, require our attention, etc. I love this. Actually, as we were, I love this. The cards never lie. You saw me shuffle, right? So, in this Sunday reads, I'm trying to figure out what's the vibe for this channel. And so, the reading I did previous, or what we will be uploading, what I will be uploading on Sunday, sorry. So I'm starting a new series of readings on Sunday at the channel, and it's really talking not only about just the challenges that we're facing, the trauma, the toxicity, the drama we might be facing, but also, well, this reading specifically is about the magic and healing and the places that we can find that magic. And literally in the trauma reading, this was in our blocked energy. So I'm sorry not to be a nerd, but I just had to highlight that because the cards never lie, right? They don't, you know, here's the thing. When we plug into the things that enliven our heart, that support, that nurture, that honor our soul, that is where we find abundance. And honestly, it's not necessarily in the practical things. I was honestly reflecting on this too. Maybe I shouldn't admit it, but like this morning, I was like thinking about how spirit makes way better decisions for myself than I do, right? Like I might see a person or like want to connect with someone and it's like, that would be awesome. And I like them and blah, blah, blah. And then it ends up in this toxic mess, right? But a lot of the people, situations that spirit has brought into my life has actually like been better suited for me and more honoring of my heart, my mind, my soul. And that's the nature of life, right? There's always going to be imperfection. There's always going to be good. There's always going to be bad. But the mysticism, in my opinion, this is my opinion, take it or leave it, the magic, the beauty of life is when we're connecting with people that just like make us feel so good, right? That can nurture, that can support. It's not about appeasing ego, but that's a whole nother tangent for another time. So we'll stay focused on the reading at hand. Okay, so in part, right? Like not living too much in the fantasy is what I'm hearing. The fantasy of like what we want things to be versus what they actually are in real time. When we can understand what they are in real time, then we can better situate ourselves. The Anima card is all about divine masculine, meaning those places that we just have to like be practical and understand things for what they are and then make the necessary adjustments accordingly, right? So if something is not on board, then we're not going to try to force them to be on board. At some point we're going to be like, okay, then I'm going to find someone or something that is, right? Or I'm going to find a schedule, a regime that actually works for me so I'm not, bottoming out. I have no energy to do the things that I need to do. That type of vibe. It's giving structure and order to life, to tasks. It is way more in the practical than what like quote unquote divine feminine energy is. Divine feminine is a little bit more creative. Yeah, 100%. Highlighting the everydayness. We're all experiencing the mundane. Life is not necessarily this high, I mean, we can get there through certain things, but they're also short-lived. And I think this is about what I'm hearing. It's like readjustment of expectation, or where you're actually finding the magic show up in your life, i.e. those places where it's not as readily apparent, or, or here's the thing, like, because we are going through such a huge restructuring right now. There's a lot of opportunities to change and transform. And if anything, coming up on this full moon in Scorpio, we're all feeling that like ready to be done and over with, ready to make those changes, ready to see things different in our life, right? And not everything necessarily is, and not everything is necessarily lined up to do so. But that's kind of where this more practical reasoning side of ourselves becomes so important. Not everything can just be a fantasy. We actually have to bring it into reality. And that, as I'm saying this, that's like the nature of manifesting, right? Action and surrender. Taking time to think, feel what we want our vision to be, and then we take action accordingly. But there also is this rational component to it, i.e. doing the equations, doing the deductions about what's actually working and what's actually not. And why is this? Okay, so yeah, life is magical. There are things that kind of seem to come out of nowhere, but a lot of times it's because we're working in alignment with the energy in order to make that thing happen. i.e. we're like setting the stage behind the surface or underneath the surface in order to like make that thing possible. It's not just like this willy-nilly, try it over here, try it over there, it's intentional. And essentially when we're talking about the magic of life, or what Spirit is saying through this, is we're kind of dismissing that component of where we need to be a little bit more responsible with our endeavors, with our pursuits, i.e., like I was saying, not just shooting in the dark, crossing our fingers, hoping that it's going to work out, or, whatever, that things are going to like magically align. I think that's often where like magic or mysticism gets a bad rap because it's a belief that you just like kind of throw it into the ethers and see what comes back like a boomerang. And it's yes and no, right? Because like we also have to like know that we deserve it, feel that, think that, believe that, and also go after it, like show up in our life in a way that like knows we can have this wish fulfillment, right? And that's something about this like sometimes masculine energy can be really effing arrogant, right? It's kind of annoying, like I think, that's my opinion, sorry. It can be, but at the same time, it's something that allows us to level up, right? It's the thing, Divine feminine, it's love, it's nurture, it's support, it's, being okay, right? Like I'm thinking about how with my son, when he gets hurt, it's, mama love. I take him in, I embrace him, I nurture him, I support him, want everything to be better, right? And that's great. We need that at times, but then sometimes we need that like, okay, you got it, like get your shit together and keep moving on type vibe. I don't say that to my kid. I just want to make that very clear. He's young, so he's still in that phase of needing like just all the love, all the nurture, that strong, solid foundation for himself, right? But there's a lot coming in. I think that like, okay, so you're opening up to new partnerships, you're opening up to new dynamics, but I think there's a lot of fear around that. I think that there's people that are coming in that are actually going to better situate for you, i.e. with what you're going after. Like these are situations that I don't know, like I'm hearing divinely ordained, meaning like these are people, these are situations, dynamics where it's like they know they're gonna receive you. They know it's coming together at some point. And I feel like for you, you're stressing out about other things. I think karma, past situations, people are definitely taking hold right now. And it's hard not to kind of turn a blind eye to what's happening presently in our life. But why I'm saying this is because you have people, you have situations that are preparing for you. And in a more intentional way. And these are people that are going to seek you out. These are people that are going to seek you out. Let me just clarify what this judgment is. Okay. Okay, so it's people that are going to seek you out. And we're also seeing this manifest in the collective, like, as these new things are coming in and old karmas are being pushed out, we have a choice to make. We have a decision to make. Because there's new opportunities coming in, because something is going to tell you why they acted, they behaved in that way, right? There's a lot of these things underpinning what is happening right now, what is actually going to manifest, what is actually challenging us to be, quote unquote, a better version of it. It's not even about that. It's about aligning more with what you want. It's not about being the best version of yourself. Like, I don't know, that's kind of relative in a lot of ways. Sorry, I'm not trying to overcomplicate this reading, but maybe that's what it is. It's about like, yes. I'm continually amazed, always. I've been doing this for like, I don't know, 15 years. This value of freedom, of breaking free. Yeah, it feels complicated, but it feels more complicated than what it actually is. And I feel like that's the silver lining. And we're in this space of like making a choice of this freedom. How do you want your abundance to look? The old is presenting the old ways. You can go back to that. There are opportunities to do so if you want, but what does that look like if you do? You actually kind of know what that already looks like. It's not going to magically change. It's not going to magically be different. It's going to be the same effing thing, you know? And not to be Debbie Downer, we evolve, but we got to make sure that we're evolving with the right people, places, and things, you know? Right now in the astrology, we will know who and what is working for us and who is not. And and actually that came up in the trauma reading, is people that are out for their own success, their own victory, where reciprocity, the magic, the silver lining comes, with people who are wanting to be in reciprocity, harmony, who love us and support us and are actually like having our back, right? And that's where the magic is right now. And part of that is making smart choices. As simplistic as that sounds, it's the truth. Making simplistic choices that are actually going to align you with what you want, with what you're going after. It's also helping shed the bullshit, right? So anyway, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the reading. Sorry it was a little bit like, woo. No, but I appreciate you always. I hope you found messages that resonated for you here. Definitely drop comments below. I love to hear, or just say, hey, share in a little love, a little TLC. I so appreciate all the love, all the support that you bring to the channel. No, I'm sending that love and blessings back to you.